It's real interesting to me, though, while Europe is getting worse and America is getting worse and Venezuela is getting worse, Africa is doing better, even though Africa has its challenges.
Visit. Sierra Leone President and retired Brigadier Julius Maada Bio meets Burkina Faso's Captain Ibrahim Traore. In a significant diplomatic event, President Julius Maada Bio of Sierra Leone, a retired military brigadier, arrived in Ouagadougou, Burkina, for a working and friendship visit. The president, accompanied by a delegation, was warmly received by the president of Faso, Captain Ibrahim Traore, at Ouagadougou International Airport. The arrival ceremony was marked by military honors, showcasing the strong military traditions and respect between the two nations. Following the formalities, President Bio and President Traore engaged in a private one-on-one meeting in the VIP lounge of the airport, setting the stage for a day of strategic discussions. The leaders then proceeded to the Kaluba Presidential Palace, where the main agenda unfolded. The visit's itinerary included a working session extended to both nations' delegations and a closed-door meeting between the two presidents. These sessions focused on several critical issues of mutual interest, emphasizing African unity and current international situations. A primary highlight of the discussions was the exploration of bilateral cooperation areas. Both leaders are expected to address potential partnerships in economic development, security, and regional stability. This visit marks a pivotal moment in strengthening the ties between Burkina Faso and Sierra Leone, reflecting a shared vision for a unified and prosperous Africa. President Bio's solitary visit underscores the growing diplomatic efforts in the region, aimed at fostering stronger alliances and collaborative approaches to common challenges. As a retired military brigadier, President Bio's experience and insights bring a unique perspective to these discussions, reinforcing the importance of military and strategic cooperation.
So even though, Nigeria and stuff is having their difficulties, right? They're pushing for social change, just like Kenya did, protests, whatever you want to call it. Understand that their move is towards unity, right? Africa's move is towards gaining control over their resources and, having a valid and equitable redistribution of wealth without the control of the colonizers, right? So, as I mentioned before in other teachings, the New World Order, which is going to be the 10-toe confederation after this war that's about to happen, is going to be partly strong, partly weak, part of iron, part of clay. And remember, the Most High says, in the days of these 10 shall a God of heaven set up a kingdom that shall never end, right? So we know that during the time of this great calamity and upheaval of the world, there is going to be the establishment of the 10-toe federation, which is, I believe, the BRICS nations, and also for the Yah's kingdom. In that same time, another kingdom is being built, which is Yah's kingdom, which is going to be in the land because we get to go home, right? According to the prophecies, we get to go home. We're going to live in the land. We're going to enjoy our land and the animals and the fruit of our labor and eat from our own trees and no longer be under the colonizer. And remember, according to Zechariah chapter 1, the four carpenters are going to push out the colonizers. And we're seeing these things, right? I mean, maybe you can't see it, but I'm seeing it, right? And so, whether or not you believe that Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger and Russia are the four carpenters, or you believe Russia, North Korea, China, and maybe Cuba, whoever else is the four carpenters, either way it go, we are literally seeing France getting pushed out, right? We're seeing the United States getting pushed out. We're seeing Germany getting pushed out. Why? Why all of this happening now while the rest of the world is in full chaos? And I'm not saying there's not chaos in Africa. What I am saying, it's a different type of chaos. One is to push out the evil. The other is, creating a new system for the evil nurture more. And so the Gentiles are going to be under the captivity of that system, those who are still in the Western nations. And then you're going to have those who are going to serve the Yahudim in the land of Africa. Now, if you believe America, our land, that's your business, right? That ain't my business. But understand that what we're seeing here is global chaos to bring in a global change. And so Burkina Faso, there's a lot of things happening for the good in Burkina Faso. Now, understand this, that Burkina Faso, is part of the territory. It's part of the territory of the tribe of Judah, right? When we were taken, that whole area was considered, the kingdom of Judah, or Yahuda, right? Which was, inclusive of not only Burkina Faso, but Ghana and the whole surrounding area, right? And the Bible says that we're going to be going back to the land that we were taken from. Now, some people have an issue with that when I first talked about it. But you can see it now that more than likely we're going back. Now, things are changing globally because remember, when Donald Trump took over as president, he continued with the agenda of the world order, even though locally, domestically, he did, some things contrary to the global liberal agenda, which is that of the global Luciferian order that runs this planet. But now people are fighting back, right? The whole thing with the people in the Middle East and the whole thing with Iran and the whole thing with Syria and, what's going on, people are pushing back. Now, remember when Donald Trump was president, he took part of Syria's territory to basically set up a company there to suck up their oil. That's some bold stuff right there. But, just as we see what's happening, within Kenya, within Niger, within Bangladesh, all over the planet, Britain, there's turmoil and chaos. Things, they're changing, right? Now, that's one thing that the globalists could not manage, is to make sure that the path of change is directly what they want. Now, they know that there's going to be a verge to the right, a verge to the left, but their goal is to bring it all to a central point of control of the United Nations World Governmental System Order. But in the end, there's going to be this alliance between, the world governmental system and what's going to happen on the continent of Africa, right? Africa going to be separate and safe because the Most High is pushing them out, according to Zechariah chapter 1. But, other people are also pushing back. So